we're interrupting this to let you know we missed you.
Yes.
And we're here. We're helping out Mrs. Musinski. So I hope you're having a good time and doing all your homework.
Hey, 7th grade, I miss you guys.
Bye.
Hi guys, today we're going to talk about pitch, and pitch has to do with frequency and how many times something vibrates per second. So a good way to show that is by using a tuning fork. There are all different sizes and there are all different notes of tuning forks. So these are actually the same note, C, but this is a lower C and this is a higher C. So these are two different sizes, but they're the same note. However, the big one vibrates at 256 times per second, and the little one vibrates 512 times per second. So let's listen, see if you can hear the difference. Here, let's do the big one first. And here's the little one. Okay. Now, what you can't see on the video is that these two prongs of the fork are vibrating. And in this case, the shorter the fork, the higher the pitch, okay, or the greater the frequency. So I have a few different notes here. I want you to see if you can hear the difference. All right, so let's start here with C. This one is E. G. And then the high C again. So hopefully you were able to hear the difference. Now there's some fun experiments that we can do with these as well. And you would have done these if you were in class with us. But all I have here is a piece of paper, okay? And I'm going to strike the tuning fork, and then I'm going to put it against the paper. And this will show you and also have you hear what the vibrations sound like, okay? So I don't know if you could hear that. Let's try it again. Okay, so when it vibrates against there, it like amplifies the sound. That's pretty fun. One more. Oh, that one went pretty quick. Yes, so that's what's happening. All right, so we're going to try to take the tuning fork, hit it, and then put it in this green water and see what happens.
That's not going to show.
Well, they could see it splash in here at least. Well,
hit it much harder.
Okay.
Whack it a good one. There, we got it.
Yes. So there, it's splashing, and you would have made. It would have been a lot of fun if you were here. Sorry, you're not. All right. So for our next activity, I just have a plastic cup, and I have two different rubber bands, and you can practice pitch with these different rubber bands, and you can even change the pitch of the same rubber band. So I'll pluck the first one, and I think that you can hear the difference. Lower, higher. But then what you can also do is I'm going to take the lower rubber band, the one that's a little bit thicker, and I'm going to put my thumbs further in and then pluck it and see if it'll change the pitch. So this was it without my thumbs on there. And this is it with. You can get it pretty high. I know you couldn't see that. Okay, and then I'm going to do the skinny rubber band. So just by putting your thumbs at different parts on the rubber band and then plucking it, you can make the pitch change. So this is something you might be able to do at home if you have a cup or a Tupperware, something plastic that you could find different types of rubber bands and put them across. That would work out. Something you maybe could do for extra credit. Maybe you want to go as far as creating a song. You know, that's very similar to what a guitar is. Okay, so where they have the strings and some strings are tighter, some strings are looser, and they make different sounds. So if I pluck them together, you can kind of hear how that might be a guitar. So we made just a little Tupperware tin, and we have 3 rubber bands on here. So you can see how and hear how they might be different. That middle one is not the best, but that's okay. But you could go through and change the pitch by putting your thumbs on there, okay? And if you had some time, you could figure out a song, and that could be an extra credit thing. All right, for the next demo, I would like to show you that when you have a column of air, depending on how long it is, and it starts to vibrate, it will change pitch as well. So what this is just a straw, like a McDonald's straw. And what I did, and I'll show you in just a moment, is I made a triangle at the top, cut a triangle, and kind of flattened it out a little bit. And then, if you are up to it and willing and want to annoy your parents or your brothers and sisters, you can try to play it. So I made it vibrate, and you kind of have to like roll your lips in and then blow, I don't know. Okay, you look really silly doing it, that's fine. So let me show you how to make one. So I just took a straw, and at the very top I got some scissors, and you're going to cut a little triangle piece off. Okay, it's going to go flying, and then I flip it over. So where I cut was right here, and I'm going to cut again to make it into a triangle at the top. All right, so you can see that it's a triangle, and it's opened it up. Now, let me warn you, these get really sharp, so be careful when they're by your mouth. And then you're going to want to start flattening out. I'm just taking the straw and pushing it between my fingers. Try to flatten it out a little bit. It won't get super flat, and that's okay, but try your best. If you have a bendy straw, I'm sure you could try it, but you probably want to cut the bendy part off so that you just have the part without the bendy, and you could try it as well. All right, so we can try to get a note out of this. But then what we want to see is if I start cutting off the bottom of the straw, okay, I will little by little try a little bit first, see, try to get a note out of it again, try to cut more off. See what happens to the sound when you make the straw shorter. Okay, so you'll have to try it out. Maybe videotape yourself doing that if you can, and then answer some questions about it as well. All right, so I have 4 glasses filled with water, and they're all at different heights. And what I did was I put them in order of their pitch. Okay, so I'll play them for you, see if you can hear the difference. Okay, so usually the more water in the cup, for example with the red one, the lower the pitch is going to be because this cup has more mass and therefore there's more to vibrate, so it's going to vibrate lower. Okay, so compare the red to the yellow and you can see that the yellow has less, so it's going to sound higher. Now, for the sake of this experiment and for what I wanted to do, this cup here is different than these other 3, but I couldn't get the sound I wanted using this kind of cup, so I had to use a different one. And for whatever reason, this cup is made differently, and the more water, the higher it is. So your cups may be different at home, but my challenge to you is to ask permission first, but see if you can make a song using glasses, or you can use glass bottles filled with water and hit them. I just have a knife, okay, or a spoon or something metal. All right, and I'm gonna play you a song. See if you can maybe either recreate it or make up your own song. Here it goes. All right, that was Mary Had a Little Lamb. And I bet that you can do something similar. That could be an extra credit activity as well. You don't have to color your water. I just wanted to make sure that you could see it and the different levels. But just another way that you can see how to change the pitch using different materials.